And welcome back to Let's Play Terraria Part 7. We're just clearing our backlog as before. This is post-commentary because while I was on vacation, failed to record the audio. So I'm just once again doing a bit of post-commentary and just clearing the backlog of these 3 Terraria episodes. And the vacation stuff will come after this. So as stated in the last episode, we are just down in the depths and we are just continuing our descent down. Either to find a much sought after hook, or to find the next layer, the final layer of Terraria. I have not seen lava yet, so we could still be quite far off it. I don't know how close we are to lava. I don't know how close we are to the final layer. But what we did find is a glowing mushroom farm, and it is basically right below our house, which is going to be really good. We'll have to come down pretty far to get it. But it'll be really good because that means we can have glowing mushrooms, which we'll be able to make better healing potions with, along with other things. So we will keep that in mind, and we'll probably come down here later, put some bricks around that area, and turn it into a full-on mushroom farm where you can use a dart trap to just zoom across all of the mushrooms and, harvest all the mushrooms all at once. But that's for a lot later. For now, let's just get all of this sweet gold here. We must be getting quite a lot of gold. And then we'll continue our journey down to see if we either hit the next layer or if we hit the depths. And as I did say, this is post-commentary, so I do know what's going to happen. But I am going to do it as if it was still live commentary and I don't know what's going to happen. As not to spoil anything for you, because there may be something coming up that's like, oh, there's this thing coming up, and if I told you what was going to happen, there'd be no point to watching the video and you would have lost all surprise. So, as you can see, there is a load of skeletons down here. Will one of these skeletons provide us with a hook? Only time will tell. And of course, they did not, because I am now looking around. There is no hook. But there is a cave slime, which is kind of annoying me right now, along with the bat. So we are going to get rid of those swiftly. Is it dead? It is now dead. And we are just going to continue our journey downwards. So we'll just get some torches out. I was just looking for a hook there, and I was like, did I get a hook? Did I get a hook? I did not get a hook. So we'll light that pathway up. But there was one more skeleton. Skeleton, will you provide me with a hook? Did you? No, you didn't. And then I could hear some more skeletons, so I just assumed they were down here. So I continued my journey downwards into the depths. And I could have died there, which was bad. So, yeah. As I was saying before, this is just wrapping up my backlog of stuff I was on vacation. So, it is Friday today, and this video is going up today, which is Friday. Tomorrow I will be in Manchester for a little furry meet-up type thing. But I'll still try and get a video out when I get back, because I'll obviously edit part 8 together tonight and just upload it tomorrow. So we'll have part 8 tomorrow. Then on Sunday we'll have the vacation video, because that's already been edited together at the same time as this. Because this is being edited together on Movie Maker, and the vacation video, because it saves in .mob, is being edited together on the Mac, and it's a lot easier to do that, so I can kind of edit 2 videos together at the same time, which is really nice. Then on Monday, there will be that little Let's Play tutorial thing for Zach, because I did promise that. And then on Tuesday, we will continue with... Oh, excuse me. We will actually start the new Let's Play. I have got the PlayStation 2 out. I have bought a new memory card, because the old memory card was corrupted. And I did try and fix it, because I didn't want to spend money on a new memory card, but it just wouldn't delete the corrupted data, because it saved everything else, but it just wouldn't delete the corrupted data of that particular game. I was like, oh, I'll buy a new one, and we'll just say that this is the Let's Play memory card in case we do any more Let's Plays on the PlayStation 2. So there's a hint, it's on the PlayStation 2. And then I also bought a new controller, because my old controllers were just completely screwed. They would not work whatsoever, so I was like, okay, well, start button doesn't work, so that's a problem. I mean, if the start button doesn't work, that's the biggest problem. I mean, it works sometime, but you really had to, push the button in and then jiggle the push down button around a bit to try and make it make contact with, the the motherboard that's inside the controller. So it's like, will this pin please touch the bit that sends the signal down the wire to tell the game I've paused it, and jiggle it around a bit. So the start button was pretty screwed. And then the right analog stick is even more screwed. Like if you pressed the right analog stick left, it'd stay left. It wouldn't, like, you know, click back into the middle as it normally does. It'd just stay on the left. So I had to buy a new controller as well, because I haven't had the PlayStation 2 out in ages. So yeah, that was the thing. So we have a new memory card, new controller, and we are pretty much ready to go. I did some test recordings of the game. Well, not test recordings, test playthroughs. Like, I played through the first 3 levels. Like, okay, so is this game, like, working? Because if not, I'm gonna have to buy one on eBay, and I should have thought of that first. But it's like, okay, is the game working? Okay, cutscenes don't seem to be freezing. The what's the word? The game seems to be running smoothly. It doesn't freeze when I enter levels. We're not getting any freezing in the first 3 levels. I'm going to say this is on the first boss as well. I'm going to say that this game is, despite its scratches, completely fine. So we did go quite far down into the depths, but we couldn't go any further, or we'd have to dig. So I thought that would be a good time to exit out, and I made all of this stuff, and I was like, okay, so we made a whole lot of gold ingots, we made a whole lot of silver ingots, and a whole lot of iron ingots. What can we make? So first of all, I made a bucket, because a bucket is going to be really important to us later on, because we will need to use the bucket full of lava or water, depending on what we need at the time, to activate certain things and be able to obtain certain things. And we do have a lot of stars, and I have failed to turn them into mana crystals, so we're going to do that right now. So we now have 2 mana crystals, all charged up. We now have 40 mana. So at this point, I was like, what should I make? I can make a gold helmet. I can make gold boots. What silver stuff can I make? I can make all 3 silver items. Okay. Let me think about this. And that's what I was thinking. And then I did it in such a way that I optimized. I actually thought smart, and I was like, okay, we'll get a silver chest plate. So that's upgraded our chest plate from iron to silver. We'll get the iron helmet, wherever that is. There it is. So we'll get the iron helmet, and that upgrades our helmet from iron to copper. I was just like looking at all the stuff I could make. But I was like, okay, so we can get an iron helmet, and that will update our copper helmet to iron, and now we have complete iron, so we don't need any more iron, and then we'll get gold boots. So we completely upgraded our armor by 1 stage on everything, and now we don't need any more iron, because all of our armor, all of our tools are a minimum of iron. So we're just now looking purely for silver and purely for gold, because they are the only 2 low tier ores that we can get at this current point. So once we get gold, we have the best items we can possibly get at this point in the game. So at this point, I was just putting everything away. It's like, okay, so we need to put the ingots away, because they'll be clogging up our inventory. We'll just go over here, and then we'll go to the jungle, because all we were looking for is a magic mirror now. So we're going to head off to the jungle, but before we head off to the jungle, let's stop off at this little greenhouse thing and plant some stuff. Not plant it, but get it ready. So this is what I was saying about the greenhouse. We just want to make that little ditch, and within the ditch we just want to fill it up with dirt or mud or whatever we're making. So we've got 2 for dirt, and they will be used for just general mushrooms, and also then the second layer will be used for day blooms. Here we're going to have jungle grass growing, and then we can plant moon glow inside the jungle grass. So I've put some mud, because I believe jungle grass only glows on mud. And should we make 1 more layer? I believe we should make 1 more layer, because there is one thing that you don't plant, like it grows randomly. And this was kind of bad, but I have heard that in the new Terraria update they're going to fix that. And that is cactuses. So I was like, okay, seems cactuses grow randomly, and we could be waiting like loads and loads of episodes for cactuses to grow. we should go and get the green bricks, and I just cut there to make a cactus farm. And now we can just slap all of the sand on top, and now we have a cactus farm. When the cactuses will grow, I don't know. It's completely random. There's no way of harvesting and planting cactuses. It's completely random, so they will grow sometime later. So that is 3 layers. We have got a day bloom layer ready, we've got a mushroom farm layer ready, we've got a moon glow layer ready, and we've got a cactus layer ready. I think we're pretty ready for getting that farm up and running. We may not have some of the bigger things yet, which we'll need, like fire blossoms, but the starting things like moon glows and the day blooms, they're certainly big. We can make a mana crystal because we've got 10 stars, so let's make our 3rd mana crystal. Now up to 60 mana, which is lovely if we ever use any kind of magical item. Will I use magical items? Possibly. I'm not sure. I'm definitely going to be using range weapons. I'm definitely going to be using melee weapons like swords. Will I be using magic items like the Crystal Storm? Possibly. We'll see. I'll think about that. I'm not too good with the magics, but I'm definitely good with the range and the swords, the melee weapons. So we'll see about magic. I'm still going to get like full magic because the magic mirror takes up 20 mana, and there's a few other items that'll take up a little bit of mana. So I still need some mana. So I'll definitely get full mana crystallage by the time this series is over. Whether I'm going to use all of the mana is another question. So I'm just going to get some wood right now in case we need to make torches for the jungle, which I do believe we do. And we'll just continue moving towards the jungle, and basically once we get to the jungle, we'll go down into the depths of the jungle, find a magic mirror, or hopefully find a magic mirror, and then it'll be all good. We'll be nice and ready to take on bigger, better challenges, because we won't have to keep exiting in and out of the game. We can just use the magic mirror to teleport home anytime we want. Don't get me wrong, the grappling hook is still the #1 priority. Well, the magic mirror, I suppose, is also #1. They're both really high priorities, and the game will not pick up. Like, we cannot do anything big in the game until we get those 2 items. They are, like, the most important items Draga needs to find right now. So, we have reached the corruption, but we have upgraded our armor and weapons to a rather decent level. I wouldn't say it's ready for the corruption, because we still have a little bit of iron armor which we can take damage from, but we've got mostly silver, mostly gold, we've got gold weapons, so I think we're average in the corruption. We've certainly got no chance of dying unless we make a really terrible mistake, but there is still a chance of dying if we encounter some big enemies, and a lot of those particularly big enemies. So we're just going to run through it, and hopefully none of them will appear. We just don't want to deal with them right at this point. So we're just going to run and hope that don't appear. We are nearly at the edge of the corruption. I already know this. And the jungle is actually right next to the corruption. Oh, God. There is one of the big ones. It's alright. As long as he doesn't come back, we'll be fine. Just stay wherever you've gone. Or just no more corruptors appear. Oh, well, there's one. There's 2. It's alright, there's 2. They're not attacking me at the same time, so we can deal with this. And there's 3. Just run, just run, just run away. We don't need to deal with them, just run away. We don't need to deal with those 3. And it does seem that that big worm thing has, like, left us alone, so we don't have to deal with him at the same time as well. So yes, here we are in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. And here the slimes are a bit stronger. The jungle bats are a bit stronger than the regular bats in the caves. And basically, what are we on the lookout for here? Because we're not on the lookout just for shrines. We are on the lookout for multiple things. On the top, on the surface, I mean, you can also find this underneath. We're looking for 1 jungle grass seed. We need a jungle grass seed in order to put jungle grass in that little farm so that we can start making moon glow. So jungle grass seed, pretty needed. We need that. It's not the highest priority, but we need it. Second, jungle vines, jungle spores. They are probably the lowest priority, but we will really need them later on. Like, they are going to be used to make a lot, and I mean a lot of useful items. Not spoiling what they are, because they will be like, those useful items can be combined together. Ooh, a chest. What do we have in this chest? We have a boomerang. We can sell that to the shopkeeper to get some money. Potion. We'll certainly save that for the hard mode. Some bottles. Some bats. Bottles and bats. My new album coming out. Bottles and bats. And we have got some coins which we can put in our piggy bank. And why not take the chest with us as well? Because we can always use that for extra storage. So yeah, jungle grass seeds definitely need. That's probably our #1 priority over the magic mirror. Wow, because if we can't find a shrine this first go, we certainly at least want to return from the jungle with at least 1 jungle grass seed to say that this was a successful trip into the jungle. Second priority while we're looking for a shrine, jungle spores and vines. They will be used to create a lot of useful items. Third priority, put a torch down and then get rid of this bat. So let's just get rid of this bat. And then, obviously, once we find some gold... That was... I'm glad I used my double jump appropriately. That could have been really bad. That could have ended it all right there. That could have been absolutely terrible. So, yeah, that was the thing. That was close, wasn't it? That was very close. That was incredibly close. So, let's just continue chopping away, see if we can't find any of the jungle grass seeds. I'm just chopping away at the grass while I also, at the same time, I'm chopping away the vines and the bats and slimes that are also getting in our way. So we will get a jungle grass seed. We've actually just picked one up right there. So even if we die or we don't find a shrine, I'm not intending to die. But either way, if we don't die or if we don't find any shrines, we have already made this this thing a positive run. We have got a jungle grass seed. We can now get ready to start making a moonglow farm. This is already a positive run. It doesn't matter if we don't get anything else. This is already a positive run. Bee, knock me off! No! I can't see what I'm doing. I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh well. I mean, you know what? I couldn't see. But it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. It was already a successful run. We got the jungle grass seed, which was what we want. We can now take that jungle grass seed over to the farm. We can now start letting the jungle grass spread across the mud. And once the jungle grass is spread all the way across the mud, we can make the moonglow farm. So, I am now going to wrap this up, and I will have made that farm by the time we come back. So in the next episode, we'll see what we're going to do. I can't remember what we're doing in the last episode.